Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Back up in here just with another quick one, right? Greets of great. How do you greet the greatness in you? How do you pick up your head? How do you swallow your pride? How do you let your ego fall as you embrace you? One of the things, no matter what, life is about choices. Life is about decisions. And can you pick and choose your life, your direction, things you do, things you say, the places you go, the food you try, the people that you meet? Right? In a moment's time, it's easy. You think it's a new adventure, it's a new chapter, it's another journey, it's another adventure. Yet, for a quick moment, let me ask the question: is it always easy as you make it? Or is it always as easy as it seems? Is it always easy as said? And once you say it, does that mean that it's done? Right? Method to the madness. Method to the madness. Where am I going with it, right? Where am I going with it? As you embrace everything in life, as you embrace your life, you gotta accept the good with the bad, right? And as I always say, what makes something good? What makes something bad? One of the things I've been learning, kind of repetitively, right? Just gotta throw that in there. It doesn't matter. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing good. Hi, 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 hi. Gratitudes for tuning in. So, like I was saying, right? Is it always easy? It's easy said, it's easy done, right? The good, the bad. What makes it good? What makes it bad? Simply, and most importantly, you, right? You're the one that makes something good. You're the one that makes something bad. So, when it comes down to it, what do you want? What do you need? What are you looking for? What are you trying to find? What are you trying to uncover? What are you trying to get to know? Now let me slide to the left. Knowing. Do we always know everything when it comes to life? When it comes to what life is about? Because it can get deep. It can be intriguing. And it can be a little mix, a little blend, a little combination, a little point of what is this? As I always say, right? What is this? What is this? Please tell me. Please, please, can somebody tell me what is this, right? And when you know what something is, then you can easily go to it. You can easily appreciate it. You can easily move, act, react, and gain. And what are you gaining? What is to gain in life besides adventure? What is to gain in life besides the journey that you're on, that you go to, that you take the time to invite yourself, right? Is it simply a chance of a choice? Or are you doing something that you want? Again, simple questions, simple choices, simple decisions. And I'm always here with the questions, right? With the questions. So what is the question? What makes you happy? Let it marinate. Because sometimes you don't have to answer so quickly. Because when you know what makes you happy, and then you know, right? And you could just go straight to it. Simply indulge. Yet when you are searching, seeking to find, to uncover, sometimes you gotta let the marination. Right? Shout out to the marination. Let it marinate, right? Let it marinate. Because what really makes someone happy? What makes you happy? Right? Because again, in life, certain times we can opinionate what should or shouldn't be, what should or shouldn't be done. Yet, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, right? If it's supposed to happen, it's due to happen. Again, choices, decisions. What does one want? What does one need? And for some, right, it could be simple as breathing to answer. My point or purpose that makes me happy is simply enjoying the beauty of life, right? My point of happiness is simply trying different flavors of ice cream, right? My point of happiness is playing with animals, right? There's different ways you can look at it. Family, friends, nature, building, cars, food. What is it? What makes you happy? And why do I keep asking that question? What makes you happy? What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Because at a time of reference, at a time of, as I would say, finally finalizing some things, finally circulating the wholeness of what is true for you, right? Because when you go through life, you experience life, right? And when you experience life, you can answer if something made you happy. And again, everyone's different. Everyone's needs are different. Everyone's wants are different. So, can you be happy with not being happy? Can you be happy while you're finding what really makes you happy? Right? Again, what makes you happy? What moves you? Where is the fire? Where is the flames? Where is the fuel to ingest? Because how many times can you simplify yourself? Let me say that again. How many times can you simplify self? How many ways can you categorize you? Well, anyways, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So, like I was saying, right? What makes you happy, right? And knowing what makes you happy makes life worth living. And appreciating certain facts to life. And what is that? No matter what, no matter how hard you try, no matter if it's to the left, no matter if it's to the right, no matter if it's all around you, can you still prove? Can you still show? Can you still demonstrate what makes you happy? Why something makes you happy while you work through the pathway, the journey? Because if it's not one thing, it's another, right? And if it's not another thing, then it's one thing for sure. And what is that? That even if you're on the right track, when, rather, you're on the right track to happiness, to truly resonating inside of happiness, there will be distractions, right? There will be points of pushing, self forward, breathing out to breathe in the phrases that says, I got it, I can win, just a little bit more, just a little bit harder, just a little bit longer. Because the truth is, right, only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But from my experience, you gotta take the good with the bad, and that means there's gonna be the good of people for you, and there's gonna be the bad of reference that are against you. Right? You got those that are for you, you got those that are against you, and is it always gonna be that? Don't know. Right? You have to venture to see. Yep. In the meantime, in between time, and while you're still there, while you're still expressing, while you're still saying yes, know that there will be a no. Know that there's going to be a not yet. Know that there's going to be a pause for the cause, whether or not it's from you first or at all. Yet and still, you always got to remember your truth of happiness. So I got to ask again, what makes you happy? What drives that smile? Because we can always paint a smile, right? Shout out to the makeup artist. Shout out to the artist in general. But we can always make up to make it, right? Or as some would say, we can fake it till we make it. Yes. Can you really fake happiness? Can you really fake your heart jumping? Not with anxiety, not with fear, but with genuine happiness. Can you fake that? Right? We can always say good things. We can always condone on congratulations. But do the meaning behind the words match? And how do we know? How do we know ourselves enough to say, hey, you know what? As long as I, not you, but I am genuine when I say, when I do, when I represent, when I show, and that will be the lasting effects. That will be not just the lyrics, but the beats, the pattern, the symbols, the melody, the coolness to the words that you recite, the sweetness that you taste. When you look back and say, yeah, I did it, that was me, showing and prove the happiness that I felt, I delivered. Now why am I on this, right? Why am I constantly asking today, what makes you happy? Right? Why? Because, right? Because are we saying it or are we living it? right? I'm speaking to the whole, right? To the whole world as individual self, the individual. Am I faking it until I make it? And what's stopping me from really making it? What is in the way? What is the blockage? What is the wall? What is the chain? What is the door? What is the rock? Could it be me? Right? Could it be little me? Sometimes, right? Sometimes we can be the only one that's stopping us as an individual from reaching happiness, right? From having that step to say, no matter how it turned out, no matter how long it took, no matter how many times I had to redo it, I still did what made me happy. And I still achieved my greatness. I still solidified what is within me to bring out. Because we're all unique, right? We all have our own individual style, marking, saying, right? Sense of no, sense of capability, right? We all have our own strengths, our own weaknesses. Do we make them work for us? Both, not just one, right? We gotta have the strength in the weaknesses as well as the weaknesses in the strength, right? To compare and contrast to see just how uniquely of an individual you are. Again, going back to the top, what makes something good? What makes something bad, right? So when you do step to the left, step to the right, and even take that moment to twirl a little, what keeps it going? What keeps it from stopping? Or what makes it stop? The happiness. Where are you? Are you hiding? Are you hiding? Uh-oh. Too bad, too late. Because guess what? I already see you. Right? You're seeing. The point is, do you know that you're seeing? Do you know just how much of an impact you have or that you give? Right? Sometimes, again, I gotta bring it back, right? Sometimes I gotta bring it back. Is it easy to continue when you're feeling a certain sense of, the appreciation, the worthiness, the attention to attraction? Where is the flow on the riverbed? Right? As you roll with the punches and you glide through the waters, can you simply state it? Everything was peachy. Everything was great. Everything was happy. There was no mishaps. There was no misdirections. And certain times, yeah. Certain people, sure. Yet, the question, again, right, another question. Genuine authenticity. Are you wearing a mask? Because it is okay to show a smile, to say you're happy, but are you really happy? Are you, or is it that you're truly missing something? You're truly feeling a void. You're truly feeling a point of, I got myself into a sticky situation, and now I don't know which way is up and which way is down. I'm simply here. Right? How do you bounce back? How do you become the ball in the balancing act of your life? How do you make each step your step? Can you take the loss of the old ways of living, the old ways of thinking, the old ways of producing, the old ways of chasing, the old ways of leading, the old ways of hiding, the old ways of disguising, and land on a whole nother wave, which could be appreciating, accepting, demonstrating, lending, sharing, simply speaking truth. And so much truth, so boldly, that you can honestly say what it is, when it is, and why it is. Right? Today's a good day, and mean it. Or today's a little congested. Got a lot on my plate. Right? Today I'm a little tired. Could use a little rest. Today, for some reason, even though I already been drinking lots of water, I find myself still thirsty and wanting more. Right? So again, how much do you take? How much do you say? How much do you indulge in your happiness? I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. Happiness. Happiness. What is happiness and what does it mean to you? And at a certain time, just asking the question, right? If one is faking it till they make it, how long? How long will you do that? Right? Because at certain times, again, a question. Could it be that the faking it was the whole illusion of the journey? Right? We have always been told, right? We have to fake being happy before we could truly get happy. And what makes someone happy, right? Having the perfect career, having the perfect house, the perfect car, the perfect partner. And once you get there, now you're happy. Right? Now you have achieved happiness. You got the perfect house, the perfect career, and the perfect partner. Yet, if you were faking it as you were on your way to achieving, once you achieved it, once you received it, is it truly and genuinely real? Let that marinate for a minute, right? Let that marinate for a minute. Hold up, let that marinate. So let me ask that again. If one fakes it until they achieve it, once you achieve it, is it genuinely real? Right? Because you might actually have the car, right? You might actually have the money, right? And you might actually have the partner. Yet the energy, right? The energy. What was the energy saying? What was the energy picking up on? Right? And once you achieve certain things, certain levels, certain staples that can be considered success, do you stop? Right? Because now you achieve all that can be achieved. So there should be no more seeking, right? There should be no more searching. One can simply marinate in the life that you built, in the life that you have set forth, in the life that you have created. Yet, as a question, again, what comes from faking? Does truth come from faking? Does realness come from faking? Does sincerity come from faking? Right? So, in the essence of my point is achieving is always there. You put in the work, you shall achieve. Right? It can be big, can be small, can be humongous. Yet the energy in which you were in while achieving will lay with you, will stay with you, will marinate with you. And as you toss and turn, right? As you go through the chapters of life, what's missing? Right? What's left to be uncovered? What is sustaining you in your life, in the life that you made, in the life that you created? Right? Because everything, again, isn't for everyone. So the differences in which one achieves or accomplishes can be fulfilling to that individual, right? But as you sit back, what's left, right? What is left to life? And if you have achieved, where to go from there, right? Can you settle in the marination of it, right? Can you wipe off the fake smile and place a real smile once the achievement has been accomplished? Once you hold something, once you gain something, Is that what stamps the approval of happiness? Is that what signifies the purpose and points to making or creating? Right? Simply questions I wanted to ask as one goes through life. To let it marinate, right? To let it marinate. Your life is yours. In whatever way you want to live, to journey, or to explore, but make sure, right? Make sure that that point is that point. It's yours. The experiences that you have are because they're yours to experience, right? The trials that you go through, the challenges that you face, the simplicities and the complexes that you uncover. Make sure that they were yours. Because there's nothing in life that you cannot achieve. You have to accept and appreciate the level you are at, the level you are on, and the ways to make it possible. Right? In simple forms of keeping your eye on the prize. Again, making sure that that prize really is yours. Because what is accepting a challenge to face, to overcome, to defeat, to gain said prize or trophy? Yet when the paving of the rails have been laid, the point and purposes of happiness has not been filled or fulfilled, to which leads the wholeness scattered, resembling droplets of tears, of stains, of hard crashes, of disruptions that disturb, that refine the itch that doesn't get scratched because the sense of sensory has been blocked off with foolishness to fake. Because the fakery has been an example of clowns while clowning the truth that's inside each mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. You simply overlook to get buried as you bury the truth, but you paste on a look that tells to sell, that mocks a mockery, to mimic a prized possession that isn't correlating with the refinements that aligns with your heart. Each path you cross becomes another pace that spaces out pastries of flavors, that sets aside the colors to number, that remembers the flow of existence that exits out as you inhale to exhale your fragrance of essence. The beauty in you is rich. Don't allow the message to slip as you drain self of its purity while allowing the toxins to remain. A toxic nest of gumbo like trash that sells in the streets as it crinkles beneath your feet. Do you keep your head up high, or do you look at your feet? The pains, the pricks, the bruises that represents each march that you made, and keeping up with the trends of cycles that was or wasn't yours to make, to miss. The mission is a mystery, most definitely, when you consider to keeping the fake over the real. And with that, I think I'm a hush. But I just wanted to say that so that a little, hopefully, will find where it needs to flow. And the flowing will continue to go through as it connects to another hit or pin, so that that current of currency will electrify your minds, resharpen your heart, so that your words will speak truth that are just, and not just because you simply want to fit it in or through. And with that, I'm gonna say, always remember that you are important, you are valued, you are worthy. As long as you know that your worthiness is yours to introduce, to produce, and to keep in the vision, as only your vision can keep the pace of that beat. Only your beats can beat out the words that's needed to be felt. Can you feel the price of your current states? Can you live to love life as your life learns to live to love for you? And always remember, keep making life yours in each way, in every way, because in all ways, always. So yeah, always remember that you are worth every moment that is worth to make it a moment, to remember, to explain. Sometimes don't explain. Simply show who you are, what you are, and why you're made. And as you sign and seal that delivery, keep in mind that the activation is always within you. Don't shadow, don't manipulate, don't cover up what is truly meant to be shown, to be seen, to be observed. As you block out your prize by keeping a note that has not yet arrived. And with that, keep being you, keep staying true, keep marinating in the possibilities of renewing another level of happiness, peace, life, love, self love, self growth, self healing is that way to self mastery. And with that, check you. Till the next time. Peace. And we out here as the one, as the only. Who? Miss Lady Shay. That butter dreamy queen. Out.